Well, there is an absolutely tremendous amount of excitement for Disney Plus's Daredevil Born Again. And recently, Daredevil himself, Charlie Cox, has been talking a lot about the project and giving us some big reveals, including how important Foggy and Karen are, as well as the possibility of joining up with another red-suited hero. Let's take a couple minutes to break down the current Daredevil news. Well, like I was saying, there is a ton of excitement surrounding Daredevil Born Again. And since we know Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio are taking the stage to play Matt Murdock in the Kingpin once more, there are questions about those other characters in the show. Many fans, myself included, really feel like Foggy Nelson and Karen Page absolutely have to be part of the series. And to bring them back to life, we need Eldon Henson and Deborah Ann Wall, who played those characters in the original Netflix series. Now for me, we absolutely have to have those characters. To be fair, Daredevil has had lots of love interests, so Karen Page would be missed, but the show could proceed without her. But I just don't see how you can have a Daredevil show without Foggy Nelson. Now recently, Charlie Cox was at the German Comic-Con Winter Edition, and he weighed in a little bit on Matt Murdock's relationship with Karen and Foggy. This is what he had to say. With Matt Murdock, I don't think it gets more deep than Karen Page. And shout out to the wonderful Deborah Ann Wall, who is just amazing. I was just saying this to Eldon Henson yesterday. I don't know what's going to happen with the other characters in the show, but I know for a fact that Eldon and Deborah were the heartbeat of what we did before, and the show is successful because of them. Quite honestly, this sounds like Charlie Cox campaigning for those two to return to the show, and I think Marvel Studios probably fully grasp this and will make it happen. Honestly, I think Foggy might be more important than Karen, and I have to say Daredevil hooking up with She-Hulk, well, that could indicate maybe a lesser role for Karen, but I have to think she would at least return in a cameo. I don't know how you do the show without Foggy Nelson, that we'll have to wait and see, but Eldon Henson's character absolutely has to be there. Now, at that same Comic-Con, he did talk about another red-suited hero, who he thinks Daredevil would match up with very nicely. Now, during that same Comic-Con event, Charlie Cox actually revealed which Marvel Studios project that is currently in production that he thinks he would fit into best. And he said he thinks there is absolutely a place for him in Deadpool 3. During the exchange, he said, "I think because of the tone of our show, I think there's a cool place for Daredevil to show up in Deadpool. It would be really cool." Now, this does seem to imply that Born Again might be more lighthearted than we're led to believe. But there is an interesting contrast between the seriousness of the Daredevil character and the absolute zaniness of Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool. Now, is this going to happen, and is there a chance that Daredevil could appear? Well, with a completed script for that project, I find it rather unlikely. But Ryan Reynolds is a pretty dynamic guy, and he sees this interview, he might likely pull some strings and try to accommodate this specific request. We have speculated Deadpool 3 is going to be somewhat of a multiverse journey, so there really is absolutely no reason that Deadpool couldn't run across a previous version of Daredevil, meaning he could run into the Netflix version of the character before both of them finally land in the MCU. Now for me, the odds on this are fairly low, but I would love to see Daredevil join Deadpool, and quite honestly, Daredevil, Deadpool, and Spider-Man have been referred to as Team Red in the Marvel Universe, and this puts all those pieces together on the same board, and probably will make fans pretty excited if they make it happen. Now obviously we're covering everything red on this channel. That includes Daredevil, Deadpool, and even Spider-Man. So make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and ring the bell to get all the news. But until we know more, what do you guys think? Do you think Karen Page and Foggy Nelson are a must-have for the upcoming Daredevil Born Again series? And would you like to see Daredevil as part of the Deadpool 3 movie? Tell me what you think in the comments below. If you like this video, make sure you hit like, click subscribe, and if you don't ring that bell, you won't get any updates. Peace.